Good morning, friends, family, followers, and guests. Thank you for taking a minute of your time to spend with me. When I was a young man, after I got out of the service, electronic warfare spy, spied on Russia. But anyway, after I got back to the States, being a student at that time somewhat of history, I had a firm belief that we were at war and that it was a civil war based on part of the fundamental differences between the Republican Party and the Democrat Party, the two primary parties we have. I had long recognized from about the 5th and 6th grade on that the Democrats were the party of slavery, and that their philosophical viewpoint that government is the answer, and that the elitists of government should be in control of everyone for their own personal gain and benefit, was brought upon me through a period of study and observation. In the early 1970s, occasionally when talking to friends, I would comment about the fact that we're in civil war, and that if history repeats itself, and it most probably would, that we would find ourselves in an armed conflict. Another civil war. We have had peaceful passings of power repeatedly between the D's and the R's since the founding of our nation. When I say peaceful, I'm speaking in relative terms other than the Civil War. The place we find ourselves today is that we are in armed conflict internally. We are having, as I speak now, a civil war, a shooting war, with people getting killed on both sides. The war that we're facing is typical of wars throughout time. Ultimately, wars are conflicts for the purposes of power and who's going to control. And most often it can be reduced to money and power through money. Money in one form or another. The only real exception to that historically is found at a lower level in religious wars. But again, ultimately, those two have a foundation in money and the power of money. So today we have a shooting war. I don't go anywhere without my gun anymore. Well, with an exception. When I walk into the VA, I leave it in the car. I stay away from the conflicts. For example, there was an invite to go to a conflict. It was called a peaceful demonstration in Boise for those who are pro-Trump. And I have a pro-Trump hat, I believe, based on facts and actual evidence that Trump is by far the better choice of candidates that we currently have, by far. So I had the opportunity to go to that rally, and they called it a rally. I didn't go. There's no way I was going to go. No way in hell. I'm of the firm belief that we are engaged currently in a form of a civil war. We look at the riots in Portland, the joke that's there for the governor doesn't know shit. My word, what a stupid witch. But anyway, how many days has that gone on? Why hasn't the state of Oregon stepped up? You have people getting killed, maimed, seriously injured on a daily basis in Portland for what now, over 100 days. And it's just one representative example. You have a group called Black Lives Matters that really don't care about black lives. If they did, they would do something. The people who actually say they support that and believe in it are liars, because if they wanted to actually, truly do something, then they would work on places like Chicago, Baltimore, New York, Los Angeles, and the list goes on, where the people of color, darker color, we're all of color, one color or another, but the people of color would be protecting their own. They'd be insisting on a police force, not in defunding it, and having that police force get control of the murder rate in those cities. Why do we have innocents like children getting killed? And that's because the primary responsibility of government is to protect you, and protect me, and to protect those children wherever they might be. And it's failing. And the greatest failures, of course, are in the metropolitan areas, and the biggest failures are in the Democratic Party-controlled governors and mayors. So it's not rocket science. Anyone can look at the facts and the evidence. I defy you to research what a riot is as opposed to what a war is, and find that we are in anything other than, by definition, an actual war. So I'm a proponent of protecting yourself, protecting your family, have a strong family unit, and stay away from what I define as hot spots. There is no reason to go into a metropolitan area right now when it's in a state of conflict. There's alternatives for all of that. Let those people, like rats in a maze, feed on themselves. Don't let them feed on you. And I hope if you're watching this and you're one of those that calls yourself a friend of mine, that you'll work to help keep them from feeding on me, just as I will if the situation were reversed and I had the opportunity to help you. So we are at war. Don't make any mistake about it. Protect yourself, protect your family, protect your loved ones, in that order. Remember that no matter how they cut the lie, where they draw the line on the lie, those people who support Black Lives Matters and Antifa are at war with you regardless of your skin color. This is not a racist thing. We all belong to the same race. There's only one race. This is a matter of genotype discrimination, and once we understand that, maybe we'll have a foundation to come together and actually talk about resolution. And part of that is to stop this bullshit about alienating each other on the basis of skin color and some of those types of things. With that said, this is my Tuesday morning speech, September 1st of 2020, and I invite you to invite your friends to follow me. I'll be making more regular videos from here forward, not every day, but more often than once a week. And I look forward to any comments you may have, whether it be on YouTube or on my Facebook page. No, I don't do Twitter, I don't do Instagram, a bunch of things I don't do. And one of the things I don't do is I don't knowingly go into conflict areas. And I am prepared to protect my family. With that said, I appreciate you listening to my rambling. I'm just one of many who takes a moment. One of the things I'm not doing that a lot of people do is I'm not fighting for relevance. I'm secure in myself, I'm secure in my belief system, and I hope and pray for your safety, your health, and that you can make things go well for you. I look forward to talking to you another day, and with that,